That's the problem.
That's why.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Well, we hear you.
Okay. Well, we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then dial back in.
Okay, hold on. Let me try that.
Turn it off. Turn it on.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, I got you now. There we go. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. I'm Tracy McCain here with my friend Megan Millares, my other two friends, Christian Morgan and Ed Matthews.
Yeah, and our golfer friends, the pro golfers behind Christian, live at Sedgefield Country Club as we get the Wyndham Championship underway.
Yeah, so we're going to check in with Christian in just a bit to kind of get the feel for the Wyndham this year. But first we have to feel the forecast, and I feel it every time I step outside.
It doesn't feel too good, does it? Yeah, definitely more heat and humidity for our part of the Piedmont, but you know, overall it's really a beautiful, beautiful summer morning. We've got a clear sky, live look over downtown Greensboro. We're looking into the northern sky, clear now, but later on this morning and especially this afternoon, we'll see some of those big old cumulus clouds develop, and a few of those will lead to thunderstorms. Now, we're not in the severe weather outlook for widespread severe weather, but just like yesterday, there could be a few strong or severe storms as we head through the afternoon with some hail and damaging winds. Of course, your forecast team will keep an eye on anything that fires on radar, and you can do it as well on your WFMY News 2 weather app. Temperature out at the airport at 72. Look at that nasty dew point. Yeah, it's 70. Oh, look at them. Temperatures this morning, 74 in Winston-Salem. We're at 71 over at Reedsville, 70 at Walnut Cove and in High Point. We're at 72 in Burlington and Greensboro, Siler City, Asheboro, all at 72, 71 in Lexington. And we head out west. That's some upper 60s out over the mountains and foothills this morning. Dew points are right around 70 and even the low 70s in some of our sandhill locations. So that means there's a lot of water vapor in the air, and you combine that with the heat and the humidity, those two factors are going to combine to give us heat indexes today, or what it feels like, the stress on your body between 100 and 105. Now, the actual air temperature today, tomorrow, and Friday in the low 90s. But again, when it gets this hot and humid, we focus on the heat index, or what it feels like, above 100 each afternoon. 40% storm chance each day through Friday. With the approach of a cold front, we'll nudge it up just a little bit. Not going to call the weekend a washout. Hey, a weekend's a weekend if you got the 2 days off. But if you got outdoor plans, you know the drill. You're going to have to dodge a few afternoon storms. Looking at about a 50% chance of those over the weekend. And with some extra clouds, we'll trim a few degrees off. 89 on Saturday and mid-80s on Sunday.
Well, for the first time in 2 years, fans will be allowed to walk the greens and cheer on the players at the PGA's Wyndham Championship. We have practice and the Pro-Am today, and then the tournament starts tomorrow.
So exciting. While we get an update on the Wyndham, let us know, do you like to watch sporting events in person, or do you prefer to watch them at home? Leave a comment right here on our feed.
While you do, let's get to WFMY News' Christian Morgan live at Sedgefield Country Club this morning.
Tell you what, ladies, it is a big deal morning here in the Triad. Of course, it's the first time in 2 years that we've been able to welcome fans back to Sedgefield Country Club for the Wyndham Championship, the 82nd Wyndham Championship. Of course, practice rounds get underway today. The first round of the tournament actually starts tomorrow, and then, of course, we'll wrap up on Sunday. All the players in the running right now, at least for that Sam Snead Cup. Now, one thing, we're watching the practice screen pretty closely because, as I've been told, the man himself, Roy Williams, will be here. He's part of the Pro-Am tournament today. There's also practice rounds going on for the players as well. Going to step out of the shot here just a second so you can see, of course, things getting busier this morning. A few of the fan favorites coming back this year, of course, are going to be Ricky Fowler. World number 8 right now, Louis Oosthuizen, the 2-time Master champion, of course, Bubba Watson. And, of course, the reigning Masters champion from just this past April in Augusta, Hideki Matsuyama, who was actually a late addition, currently 22nd in the FedEx point standings. And what this tournament will do, it is that last opportunity for the golfers to pick up points to play in the FedEx tournament. Of course, this is actually Hideki's 7th appearance at the Wyndham. He tied for 3rd back in 2016, tied for 11th back in 2018. Of course, another big name, locals here are going to know the name Will Zalatoris. He was a former player at Wake Forest University, actually ACC Player of the Year while he was there in 2017. So, of course, we talked to Mark Brazel, the tournament director, earlier this morning, and he was saying that, you've probably noticed it at home, but he was saying this is the deepest field of players that we've had here at the Wyndham that he can ever remember. So really a star-studded lineup and a great time to come out. And of course, we have those practice rounds starting today. This is the first day that we can welcome fans back to Sedgefield Country Club. First round will start tomorrow, carries through the weekend, and you can also catch that action here on WFMY News 2 on Sunday afternoon. But for me, as long as I can, I'm going to enjoy it in person out here. And I think some of you are also coming out here this week as well, ladies.
Yeah, I think I'm planning to come out sometime this weekend. Hopefully the weather holds up. I mentioned this on the feed, and I've said this before. I think the Wyndham is just as much a social event as it is a golf event. I love that it's outside and Sedgefield is beautiful, and it's really just fun to kind of walk around and see all the hype and activity and watch the volunteers hold up the signs that say quiet, quiet, you know, and everybody gets silent. So there's just a lot of buzz, some fun games and prizes that are always given away. Margaritaville has live bands and food and everything. So even with the COVID precautions this year, of course, we hope people follow those precautions, but it really still should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm not going this year. I just cannot fit it into the schedule, but I am watching it from home for a little bit. You know, on WFMY on Sunday, we've got a jam-packed schedule of sporting events that I want to watch, including the Panthers game and, of course, the Wyndham final round. So I'll be glued to my seat and WFMY. But it's so funny because just like you said, we had a comment from, oh, why does it always refresh as soon as I get ready to read a comment? Why is that? Oh, we had a comment from Cherie who says, if I do at home or in person, I watch everything else and not the game. So she's kind of like you. And the point where she, like, there's so many other things to do besides watching golf. You know, you can talk, you can people watch, you can outfit hunt. She's like, oh, girl, where'd you get that? You know,
get some food.
Exactly. Things to do, Ed Matthews. Are you someone who likes to go to the sporting events or someone who likes to watch it at home?
I would rather be at the sporting event in person. And I got to tell you, you know, Megan was talking about the quiet signs, you know, holding up the signs. Wonder why they always hold them up when I'm around. You know, because I tell you.
I have a guess.
It's like, zip it up, Ed. The Wyndham is a party. It's a big party, and it's a fun party. And Yeah, a golf tournament broke out. Yeah, and that's what it is. I mean, obviously people are there for the golf, and the golf is great. Some of the biggest names in the game of golf will be here this week, and that's very exciting, but it's also just a big, big social event. I have been many times in years past. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but I'm going to watch the final round on Sunday right here on WFMY News 2. Love to go to sporting events in person, with the exception of one, and you're going to find this a shocker. I don't necessarily like to go to a Panthers game. Isn't that crazy?
I can see that because you miss on all the announcements and all like the calls and unless you fully understand and are fully focused on the game, you don't hear any of that commentary.
Yeah, and you don't get the replay.
Right.
And I've never had a seat that was any lower than the stratosphere. And I'm up there in the stratosphere with my oxygen tank, and
oh my goodness.
I'm just way up there and I can't see. I want to be able to see the replays. I want to be able to go in the kitchen and get more chicken wings.
That's what it is, Ed.
That's it right there.
You might as well just said that first and only, because that's really what it is. You just want to have access to your snacks.
Very close. I don't have to walk very far.
Right.
The cotton candy person sees Ed up in the stratosphere, as he calls it. Hey Ed, let me toss you this.
I've been to Bank of America Stadium a few times, and they do have that Jumbotron where they replay the plays, maybe not as much as they do on air, but I mean, I like looking up, and that's a great way to people watch too, kind of get those close-ups and like, ooh, what are you doing here with that person? Just joking.
Yeah, and it is an experience to go to a Panthers game in person.
It is great.
I like the preseason games. They're not nearly as expensive to go to as a regular season, and it's just kind of fun seeing the players a little more laid back than they are during the real games that count. So,
right.
Yeah.
It's funny, we have, before we get to comments, we have season tickets to Aggies football and Wake Forest basketball, which are actually at a really good steal right now. And yeah, you can walk away with them. And we have season tickets to the NCCU Eagles football games.
Wow.
Oh, and basketball games, because that's my husband's connection. Anyway, so we go to different, games, or had been going to different games during a normal year, and we loved taking Josiah because he loves to play those sports, and we would be out there and just enjoying it. But now, obviously, the different conferences have pulled back on those things, and we'll see what happens this year. But our tickets are in effect, and we'll see if we get to go. But there's nothing like watching your child watching a game. Josiah is all into it. The only thing he doesn't like are the cheerleaders.
Oh, really?
He's like, they're in my way, Mom. Tell them to move out of my way. I'm like, Josiah, they're part of the game.
In a few years, it'll be a different story.
Yeah. This is temporary.
Yeah. That's so cool. He loves sports and loves seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that experience with Mom and Dad, too.
Yeah. We'll see if we get to go again. But have you been keeping up with the feed here? Mine refreshed for another.
Let's see. Bobby loves Bank of America Stadium. It is really a nice stadium, and I love the shuttle that you can take from some of the parking lots that are a little cheaper than parking on the stadium grounds. Let's see. Robin said she doesn't necessarily care for sports, but the best outside event for her is Lexington Barbecue Festival, the music and the food. That is coming up, by the way. That'll be here before we know it in just a couple of months. Nadine loves watching baseball and basketball in person. Carol loves in-person events, but she's not a fan of golf. All right.
Yeah. And then Bobby said, I love to feel the vibe that you feel when you're there in person, but I also love to watch from the comfort of my home. So this weekend you have both options, right?
Yeah.
You can be in person at the Wyndham, or you can watch it on WFMY. I'll be watching it from home. Have fun though, Meg. Let me know how it is, and tell me all about your experience. If you see Ricky Fowler, he'll probably be wearing orange. I'm putting you on Ricky Watch.
Ricky Watch, okay. He usually wears something very vibrant.
Usually like a bright orange.
Bright color, or bright pattern.
Green.
Like, you can always find Ricky on the field.
Yes, neon
You can
yellow.
always find him.
He's like, you will see me.
Pink one time, I think. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll try to get his autograph for you.
That's what I want.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll work on it. Okay, our next conversation coming up is super fun, but right now let's get to our morning headlines first. There is a mask mandate coming back to Guilford County starting this Friday at 5 p.m. Masks will be required inside. This includes all parts of Guilford County, including the cities of Greensboro and High Point. County commissioners say they want to see more people vaccinated or the number of positive cases drop before they lift the mandate. One Triad School District is extending the deadline to enroll children in virtual learning for the year. Rockingham County school leaders say since the board voted Monday to make masks optional, they reopened enrollment for the e-learning academy. Parents have until Friday, August 13th to enroll students in the virtual option. We talked with other districts who plan to make mask wearing optional. Randolph and Davidson counties say the deadline for their virtual academies has passed.
Some parents are upset about school leaders' decision to require masks for students and staff in Guilford County schools. Dozens showed up at the GCS school board meeting last night saying they're against the district's mask policy, which the board approved last week. The district plans to reevaluate the policy after the first 10 weeks of school, which begins August 23rd. UNC Greensboro is changing its COVID policies as the Delta variant keeps spreading. Students must show proof of vaccination. If they're not vaccinated, they must get frequent COVID tests. Masks are required indoors on campus, regardless of vaccination status.
So, of course, we always love to celebrate our families and our children every day. But today is a day to give a little extra love, snuggle time, playtime, because it's National Son and Daughter Day.
So give a shout out to your kid. Sorry.
She got really excited.
So give a shout out to your kids or shout out yourself if you are a son or daughter, of course. Let us know something special about them or you in our feed. Let's check out some pictures that we got via text this morning. Tammy Johnson shared a picture of her son, Terrence. She says, "My only child and he recently got married, bought a home, and he's now in grad school." You raised a great son, Tammy. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Another viewer giving a shout out to their daughter, Tia, who is a marketing editor for the News and Observer in Raleigh. They say she works hard to make things happen. It's a tough job. You're doing a great one. Wow. Congratulations. Christy shared this picture of her son, Caleb, saying he will be going for his permit in just a few weeks. He's also going into the 10th grade. Congratulations, Caleb, in advance. We know you're going to do well. And Dion gave a shout out to daughter Ariel, who won first place at the talent show in the Sunburst pageant. So that's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. And Ebony sharing a picture of who she calls her gentle giants. They're twins, Ethan and Evan. They play basketball for Team Cruz in Kernersville, and they can't wait to start school. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
These segments where we, get to brag about your children a little bit, especially when, you don't have to feel bad about it. I think I talk about my kids so much, people are like, shut up, shut up.
No, they love it. People are asking you about them on the
are
feed.
they? Oh, good. Because sometimes I feel like I have too much noise going on, so I try to scale it back a little bit. But since you asked.
Go for it. All three. Let's go.
Since you want to know. We'll start with Josiah. Obviously, you guys know he's going to kindergarten on the 23rd. Very excited. But he's just so smart at really everything. We went to the doctor's office just yesterday, and he was in there telling the doctor about everything that was going on, and he was telling the doctor about how the proper way that he wears a mask and what he does and how he's going to bring extra ones to school. I mean, like, he's just talkative and smart, and he's talking about science, and then he told the doctor, he's like, I'm going to be a pediatrician. And I was like, I thought you wanted to be a meteorologist. He said that too. I'm like, so choice is yours.
And a football player, what else has he said
Right,
lately?
exactly. Anything he sees, he's like, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. But yeah, so smart. All my kids are smart. I'm just so proud of them. All of them. And I'll talk about all of them some other time.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you for the next two. Okay, I have a baby boy, although he's not really a baby anymore. He's a toddler, 19-month-old Christian, my pride and joy. He brings us so much happiness, and he's funny. I mean, people told me toddlers were funny, but he's hysterical. Just seeing his little personality blossom. He loves anything with wheels, tractors, trucks. the garbage truck, lawnmower. I was saying earlier his favorite days of the week are Wednesdays, lawnmower day, and Fridays, which is trash pickup day in our neighborhood.
Funny.
He could stand outside the window for hours and just like look and wave at everybody coming by. He loves that, loves books. I mean, here we go, parents bragging on and on about their kids, but you can't help it.
Right.
Love them.
You can't. And you know who brags about her son all the time?
Mama Shirley.
Mama Shirley. I've met her and talked with her on several different occasions, Ed, and she loves talking about her baby boy.
And I love her. I tell you what, I really do. I'm a product of how my parents raised me, and I think they both did a wonderful job. But being in this type of business, one thing that I really, really get a kick out of is on occasion when my mom comes to visit, got to go to K&W, okay? There's no other restaurant in Greensboro except K&W. So we take her out to dinner, and if somebody comes up and speaks to me or compliments me or compliments the TV station, she glows. She loves that when somebody comes up, and thankfully people do come up and talk to me, and I talk their ears off, and they say, why did I even start this conversation with Ed? I wasn't going to spend 15 minutes with him. But anyway, bottom line, she really enjoys seeing people come up and compliment me and the TV station.
Yeah, well, I can't get enough of those conversations with your mom. We often talk about, we both love seafood. So we talk about, the fish restaurants in Sanford. What's the name of that one that she goes to?
Oh, it's Captain Tom's. Everybody. I know people, especially in Randolph County, know, but I mean, this is known all over. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It's what we call in the South a fish camp. Captain Tom's Seafood. They're going to love me giving them a plug. It's the best seafood from the coast. I mean, I've been to many restaurants at the beach, and nothing even comes close.
Love it. I'm still waiting for you guys to take me there.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
The Mayflower
sometime.
comes close, or Harbor Inn in Burlington.
I've heard about the Mayflower. Yeah.
The Santa Maria. Just joking. It's a great restaurant in Burlington. All right, what are people saying on our feed here?
Let's see.
Oh, I've got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Carol Harris said, love my kids. Jessica Harris Wood, Alyssa Harris, and J. Rock Harris. They are all so caring. Alyssa and Jessica, such good moms. Joanne McCullen says, I have 3 girls and 3 boys. Wow. Yes, each one is very special and different in ways yet similar in some. They love each other and are close. They are all college grads and hardworking. That's awesome. 6 kids. Yeah, that's
good for you.
Yeah, seriously. Dana said, I'm my mother's favorite daughter. Don't tell my sister though.
Oh no.
I love your sister, Erica. She's so awesome. And then Carol just reaffirmed that she loves hearing about our kids. So that makes me feel better because I feel like sometimes I go a little overboard.
No, never. We love seeing their smiling faces.
Thank you. Oh, Sean just added, I have 3 girls, 1 boy, 23, 21, 12. Wait, 3
12
girls.
and 12. So they must be twins.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
The youngest 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
awesome. You have your hands full, Sean.
Yeah, I see, and this is why I need someone to help me with math. I'm like, wait, 23?
21, 12, and 12.
Yes, makes sense. Okay.
Unless they're Irish twins, they could be that too.
Possible.
Okay, we'll see.
But yes, we love our families. Thanks so much for participating, and we like to see your families and know about them too. So you can always text 336-379-5775 and kind of start that conversation with us.
Yeah. All right, we do have a request on our feed for a final forecast.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, indeed, and I shall grant. Look at this 7-day. Hot, hot, hot. Yeah, low 90s over the next few days. That's, that's a value that we consider. But, yeah, we got to talk about that heat index, or what it's going to feel like when you factor in the humidity. We're talking about danger category when it feels like between 100 and 105 this afternoon, so take it easy outdoors, and as I always say, a big old jug of water. And we'll be on the lookout for a few storms. I don't expect much, and we're not in the severe weather outlook, by the way, but there could be 1 or 2 strong storms with some damaging winds and hail. So we'll keep an eye on that. Weekend, not a washout, but if you've got outdoor plans, keep plan B in the back of your head, because We'll see a few storms on Saturday and Sunday. Extra clouds drops us back to the upper 80s on Saturday and mid 80s on Sunday.
And then you know what next week is, right, Ed Matthews?
Next week.
It's vacation time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was thinking
Don't
about
forget
that.
about
It's like,
that.
I
For
mean,
both
it's like,
of you?
ooh, what's
Yep,
what's
Wait
going
a
on?
second.
It's
I
gonna,
missed the memo.
It's going to be yeah, I'm looking for, it's a staycation because I love staying here in the Triad sometimes. It kind of saves money and keeps a few dollars in the wallet. But I'm going to miss everybody, obviously, but I'm going to be sleeping late, maybe even as late as 6 a.m. Who knows?
Ooh, don't
and
get
of
too
course,
wild.
riding my bike very early in the morning before it gets hot.
That's
You know,
awesome.
maybe you'll have to take a ride down to Sanford and get some seafood.
I'm headed down there.
You've been talking it up.
Yeah, headed down there tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And Mom will be doing some of that good old home cooking, I'm sure.
Well, thanks for joining us on After GMS on the WFMY News 2 Facebook page. Had some great conversations, and we'll have more for you tomorrow.
All right, get out there and get to it. Have a great day.